And welcome back to the weekly highlights. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the last week of the APP Ride of the Season and the APP Fast Track. Joining me now on the show, my good friend and colleague coming to you from Southern California, Dave Boehne. Dave, what's up, buddy?
What up, Drew, with you? All is good, my man. Just working from home today and checking out these highlights.
I'm coming to you live from the road. We're back on the road already. It's the first time I've actually been traveling on the road. So coming to you from the 40-foot RV. But I'll tell you, I could not miss out on this because we talked about it last week, how exciting it was going to be this week, Dave. And I'll tell you what, it didn't disappoint.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of clips coming in, a lot of high speeds, and rad to see the whole world participating, really. We're getting entries from all across the globe, and it just really makes the sport of SUP seem smaller, you know, in such a big grand scheme of things as a global sport.
It's so true. And we saw, like Dave said, saw entries from all over, but you still got APP Ride of the Season. From here, it goes to the judges' hands. The judges will then pick out their top waves of that week. And I'll tell you what, Dave, the judges have their work cut out for them.
Absolutely. The clips started pouring in, and everyone was starting to load up their bangers. We got great waves from the women as well as the men's, and some late entries from guys like Kyle Vaz. So, you know, Connor Baxter came over the top with his high speed. So it's been exciting closing weeks, and you know, now it goes to the judges, and we'll see what happens.
Let's take a look first at the APP Fast Track. Let's go into there. Here we are, APP Fast Track. I'll tell you what, Connor Baxter came out last week with his first wave and actually is on top for the men's. As we take a look, there it is, but look at this. A huge move by the man from Japan, Dave Boehne.
Yep, Ride Taguchi, you see that with the 12.11 top speed, and Ride known for his sprinting, so you know that's not super surprising, but to take out the likes of Connor Baxter and Danny Ching, that's a great feat from a junior pro.
Yeah, and I saw Kenny Kaneko makes his appearance on the leaderboard, currently sitting in fourth place. So Team Japan coming at it full. So let's see if Connor Baxter and Danny Ching make a move in this final week, trying to make it back up there. Let's take a look now at the women's leaderboard. Now let's go to the women's, and this is the women's pro, Dave, which I'll tell you, April Zilg, she's been taking this competition very, very seriously.
Yeah, well, it's been fun watching April Zilg, you know, give her weekly tips, and, you know, rightfully so. She's at top of the leaderboard with a 9.6 top speed. For Portugal, Angela Fernandez looking pretty cozy with a 9.25, and then we got Chloe Walkerdine from Australia with the 8.94. So solid times, or solid speeds rather, and I love it. USA, Portugal, and Australia all being represented.
So there it is, your leaderboard for the APP Fast Track. Let's take a look at the amateur division. This is the Weekend Warriors. This was very impressive, ladies and gentlemen. I know we've been talking about it every single week, but Dave, I can't emphasize enough. Look at the speeds from these Amis.
Absolutely, and you know, it's called unsponsored, but a lot of these guys do venture into the pro ranks and battle it out. But you know, Campbell Carter from North Carolina on the top spot, you know, above a couple Olympians.
Yeah.
And, I mean, check it out. Greece, Brazil, Germany, the UK, Spain, the list goes on. We got Brent Van Diesel from the USA. I mean, just what a killer participation in the unsponsored section of this, and got to be super fun to participate on the global stage of the APP World Tour.
Oh, yeah. 51 submissions. Unbelievable. That's all I got to say about that. Let's take a look at the women's real quick as we talk about it. Everybody vying, you know, you might not be going to Portugal, but you're going to Sunset, Hawaii if you can pull this off. And look at that, on top.
Yep, so Emma Engel from the USA holds on to that number 1 spot. Carolina Kutsel from Denmark in second, and Elle Newkirk. Super fun to see her from North Carolina in the top 3, hanging it down, and also Taryn King in 4th right there. So the women unsponsored, well represented as well, and that's been fun to see it all come to life.
Yeah, absolutely. Some great submissions there, but you still have time. Competition ends Monday at midnight, so get those submissions out. I think we'll see a lot of people out this weekend trying to get those times submitted. Let's take a look now at the APP Ride of the Season, and not much is really changing here, but I don't know. We'll have to see what the swell's doing around the world as we take a look. Let's see where we go first. We'll go to the Men's Pro, like we started there. And this guy, I don't know. No one's even in close proximity to Kai Lenny, but
Yep, well, the top 3 hasn't moved.
again, it's not about the likes here.
Yep, that's right. Well, the top 3 hasn't moved since last week. You know, Kai Lenny, such a global figure in the surf world and sup world now. You know, it's going to be hard to take him down as far as likes go. But Carlos Bahia with his double barrel ride was super impressive. Love to see him up there. And Zane Kekoa Schweitzer, his barrel as well. Kai Vaz came in late. You know, he's still making a run at it. Only less than 100 likes from Zane, so we'll see if he can creep up in there. Looks like he might have to do a little marketing himself to get those likes. But like you said, it goes to the judges. So
it's come to the judges. You're absolutely right. Let's take a look at the ladies right now. APP Ride of the Season, trip to Sunset. That's right. You're going to have Sunset to yourself in Hawaii if you're picked. The ladies, though, I'll tell you what, interesting. I mean, not a lot of changes here, but beneath Vanya Torres now making it back on top just by about 500 likes. So a good move for her.
Yep, Vanya's looking good. She had a really good wave that left. A lot of good surfing on that. Nicole Pacelli with her barrel, and Luci Cosaletto hanging on to that top 3 spot. Alasne, we got Gabriella Steinfader down there, Laura Clayton. So stacked top 9 in the women's as well.
Yeah, that's all going to go to the judges here. You got a week left to get them in. Let's take a look at the Amis. Amateur Ride of the Season. We saw some amazing surfing by our amateur division. Let's talk first about the men's division. Take a look. Take us through this, Dave.
Yeah, the unsponsored is super fun. These guys are so fired up about it. And Taka Inui all the way up on top, almost doubling the likes from second place, Dane Austin Howard. And Dane's a good old boy from North Carolina. Well, so North Carolina well represented throughout this competition. And then Argentino, Garo Rogers. And Jason Latham, we saw him do a couple events on tour last year. Great guy, good surfer. So all the way down, well represented, like we've been saying. Mike Fusco, he's a local boy in Dana Point. Check him out. Josh Gordon, cold water surfer.
But look at how many submissions we have for the unsponsored division. I mean, we just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You know what? Can someone help my buddy Troy out? You know, let's give Troy some likes out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the women's division now. Let's take a look here. Take us through this one, Dave.
Women's unsponsored. Same thing, lots of good submissions. Jocelyn from El Salvador hanging in the first spot, 1904 likes. That's a lot of likes compared to number 2 at 612. But Japan holding those top 2, 3, and second and third spots. So Japan stacked in the top 3. We got New Zealand, with Scott in Hawaii. So, oh, look.
Great submissions.
We called out Mel Weigel. We called out Mel Weigel last week. She's top 10.
Look at that, Mel Weigel. Let's take a look at this. Talk us through this. Okay, here comes Mel. Perfect placement.
Yep, and Mel, we call her the smiling assassin because she's always smiling, and she's getting a nice little longboard waves, which I love. Some stees, a little cross step.
Woo!
Yep, and shout out to Mel because I share an office with Mel.
I'll tell you, the goofy footer riding really, really. Oh, a little hop there. Got a baby Mel Weigel. That a girl. That's what we want to see. Get them out there. Mel's surfing really, really well for quarantine times.
Yep, and I saw this turn live. Watch. Wow. I was there.
Whack.
Whack attack. Oh, the paddle vibes.
Hey, there it is. Pushing her product. Mel Weigel. All right. Hey, she said she learned everything she knows from her husband, Jack. So well done, Coach Jack. Let's go to the longboard division. We were talking about longboards. Pretty phenomenal to see how quickly we kind of launched this late, but we've had some great submissions in the longboard division.
Yeah, you know what? The longboard division is a passionate group of dudes, and rightfully so. You know, that the longboard side of it, I feel it has a great representation, and look at it, all across the globe: Japan, Ecuador, Australia, Italy. Everyone's on the 10-foot or more longboards. There's my buddy Demetrius from Greece. So it's looking good, man.
Good deal. You still got a week, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the contest ends Monday at midnight. So you can surf right up until 11:59 p.m. Actually, they have to be submitted, so you're going to have to give yourself a little bit of time there. And I'll tell you what, lots of great submissions. Want to thank everybody for sending those in. And I'll tell you what, we're truly excited to see the finalists for the APP Ride of the Season. That is going to be where it's at. Now, it was supposed to go to Portugal. They've since, due to all the COVID stuff going on, have switched it to Sunset in Hawaii, which, Dave, a lot of people are stoked about.
I don't feel sorry for anybody who gets to go to Hawaii on a free surf trip, man. One of my favorite places in the world. They call it the Aloha State, and they call it paradise. So what more can you ask for, man?
And ladies and gentlemen, there it is, your leaderboard for the APP Ride of the Season and the APP Fast Track. You still got time. Get those submissions in. Dave, thanks so much for joining me. Any final thoughts?
Drew, just stoked on all the competition. I hope a couple get more snuck in for the last final days, and it's going to come down to the wire, and I can't wait to see who the judges kind of deem the best. I know I got my choices. Right on, Drew. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.